Hello everybody, this is my story, this is my Draw My Life. My big story that I have shortened down a whole lot of details. So everybody who's watching this and know my story, I'm sorry if you're not named or anything, if I have missed some dates or something, but this is my version of my story on how I ended up as Syndromica. And how a little, not very much, but a little about how my interest in YouTube started. And kind of how I ended up doing YouTube myself as an interest, because that is the most fun thing to do for me right now. That's my biggest hobby. So welcome to my story again. So we start from the very beginning. My real name is Sandra M. Lindström. My birth name is Sandra Mårtensson, or Mårtensson on Swedish. And I am born the 10th of July 1989. So I'm going to be 29 years old this year. Feeling all the pressures I can, so you don't have to comment that. But I like being me, whatever. But anyway, I'm not alone. I have a little sister, a little sibling, a little sister. And she has been one of the most valuable people in my life. Louise. She's my little sister, and we have always been very competitive when it comes to games or everything. Name it, and we have always challenged each other, especially in video games and computer games. But we have, what I know, maybe she hates me, but we have all our lives always get together really good. And I have always, my whole life, been very jealous of her long, beautiful hair. And then we have mom and dad, who worked at the big city. And in that time, there weren't any job left. So mom and dad packed in us and we moved because they needed another job. And mom worked in the healthcare. I don't know if you name it that way, and dad, he worked as a construction worker, I think it's called in English. But the job went smaller and smaller, so mom and dad, they had to search work in another city. So that ended that me and my little sister, we had to leave all our friends and all our school and move to a little and smaller city, village, I can say, but a smaller city in the woods. I thought it was only woods all over there. And we started school, elementary school, and I think my little sister started daycare because she was she is 4 years younger than me. But between elementary school and junior high, to junior high, my life went from happy to not so happy. Because from the very first beginning, I started this school, this smaller school. I was always left outside because I was an outsider. I had very few friends. I had my friends at my hometown still, and I used to mail them. But then the millennia came, and I thought to myself that yes, this is the new age, or what I don't know what I thought, but I thought it would be super great. But then something happened. Something that completely, one of the main events that changed my life. After the millennia, my grandpa and one of my dearest friends, my really best friend I had in the big city, or the bigger city. And she was not only my best friend, she was also my childhood friend. They died. And I will always remember you two, because my grandpa, he was the most loving grandpa you can ever thought of. And my best friend and I, we mailed each other for a very long time, and she told me that she had cancer, and that broke my heart so much. And she had leukemia twice, and then she finally went to the heaven. And because of that, I was so heartbroken, and really I didn't function very well. So my teenage went very, very, very bad. And because of I was very sad and confused because I didn't have any friends at that time. I started to do so much stuff that I today regret. So that's, I'm still ashamed, and I'm sorry to my family. Even today, because when I look back, it hurts. I hurt them so much, and I'm sorry still. But to continue. Anyway, senior high school started. And I have searched different things, and the things I wanted to get into, the different programs I didn't get into. So I ended up in the aesthetic program. And I don't know why I chose it, but in senior high school it went better, because now I could choose my class. So I chose aesthetic program, and as field of study I chose theater. And I really don't think that I have thought that really straight through, because at that time I have had my sorrow, and I have been wild and not listened to my mom and dad. But I thought, hey, let's try theater. Because I've always wanted to stand on a scene. I don't know why, because I wasn't that kind of outgoing. So that was my mission. I wanted to get my shyness out of the way. I wanted to be more forward. And it ended up that I loved it. I loved to stand on the scene. I loved everything behind it, the work behind it, and I can't even describe it. It was something that I have never ever thought about myself. And it wasn't just the scene. I loved the makeup and with the clothes. And I thought, now when I think about it, I think that was my kind of getaway. I could choose to be somebody else because my real self wasn't in a good place. So acting became so fun for me and quite natural when I think about it right now. So from there, I haven't really dealt with my I haven't really dealt with my problems, so I wasn't really happy after senior high school. So it ended up with me having multiple jobs, one after another. Not that I did do something to get fired or something, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But then, eventually, it got better. Suddenly, I searched a job and I got it at a grocery store. Believe it or not. And that is where I am today, still, at the grocery store. And it really, really is a good, challenging job. But back to where we were. In the autumn 2011, it went badder again. Because I was out with a couple of friends and I found a bump on my throat. And it ended up that I got in contact with a doctor. They thought it could be goiter. So after many tests and needles and blood samples and all that fun stuff, if you know what I mean, they could see that I have follicular thyroid cancer. And you know, when you get, even if it's a good or a bad cancer, it felt like you get a death sentence. So from that, I got really depressed. I thought at that time when the doctor said you have this kind of cancer, even if they said it was good and not that I was going to go on yearly checkups and everything, you don't want to hear that you have cancer. It's not that fun. So I got treated anyway. And today I have a medication that I need to take my whole life out. But I got treated, and I still go on checkups once in a while, and it feels much better myself because I took the advice of my mom and got professional help. Now in the direction of I had to search professional help as a psychiatrist. So I got to talk about it, and I really needed that at that time, because this time it was so much better. So that when I was at my lowest in the beginning at 2012, suddenly there was a person who stepped into my life, and that is my husband-to-be, or were my husband-to-be today. And today, from 2 years time, we have been married, and he is the most lovable and supportive man I have ever met in my whole life. So after that, I really love life, and I want to live, I want to feel, and I want to help where I can. So I do whatever I can against bullying. So I'm member and I supportive organizations that are against anti-bullying and anti-cancer. And anti-bullying, here in Sweden we have something called Friends, and I try to support them as many times as I can. And anti-cancer is because myself and my best friend died to cancer. So, and that's it. Because of him, he's supportive and he believed in me. And that's why I started YouTube. Because I saw, when I started to watch YouTube, I saw someone on YouTube who made both life-changing things through YouTube, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I started to watch Markiplier, and I know I have talked on and on and on about him and other YouTubers on my channel, but he have raised so much for charity, for different charities, and I wanted to do that. And I just wanted to say, even if you're just 10 subscribers right now, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching my videos, my stupid little videos. But without you, I wouldn't continue doing what I love the most right now. And this is the most fun I have had in years. So I really hope you liked this video. So I will see you in another video. Bye!